We rolling. All right, we here. Got my boy Q. The night before the big game. Q, we did a little research earlier today. Brought you back to your high school days, man. Double overtime game, man. So we trying to see where it started, where that fire was lit at, man. So talk to us, bro.
Man, let's see where this ball thing started, man. You know, most cats, they had the opportunity to play at a real young age. But my family we really wasn't that fortunate. We wasn't that blessed to be able to do it. Or maybe they lied to me. Maybe they didn't.
True.
But, T. Jones was like, we can't, couldn't afford a little league. So, all right, I was going to have to wait till, you get to middle school. So, we wait till about 7th grade. Finally got to play. I never forget. We was getting suited up to get ready to play. Everybody else already know what they doing with their pads and their shoes. I'm sitting in the locker room looking crazy, looking like scared to ask for help and all this. But I finally get my gear and everything. I put it on. I got my pads on. There's a snap-on, the one you snap on the belt. So my pads were outside my pants instead of inside. Everybody else looking cool. I'm looking like I got a big diaper on or something like that. So we get in, we get out there in the field. We do that hitting drill. We line up between the cones. Everybody kind of going up, doing their thing. And I'm steady moving to the back of the line. So I'm kind of shook, kind of nervous. Like, I don't know how this is going to work, how it's going to play out. And then the coach, he kind of go off. He's like, y'all don't want to hit. Y'all don't want to do this, that, and the other. How we going to make a team? Y'all don't want to play this, that, and the other. So finally get to my turn. I go up, hand me the ball, run the dude over. All right, cool. Then that means you got to switch spots and you're on defense. The dude came up, did like an old WWF wrestling move, put him on my shoulder, put him down and whatnot. Coach came, threw me on the ground, started stomping on my chest, screaming like, "That's how you hit. That's how you work. That's how you hit. That's how you get that." And I'm sitting there screaming like, "So this is how you celebrate in sport? This is how you do it. This is how you celebrate in sports. You stomping on the kid's chest or whatnot." But his name was Coach Kelly, Earl Kelly. That was his first year there. And I'll never forget it because he played a lot. He played a big role, instrumental in how he bred and molded me into being a player. Because I guess everybody else, since they played at a younger age, they already had their mindset of figuring who they was or how they was going to be as far as playing. I'm brand new, I'm fresh, so I'm empty. I'm a vessel that's willing to be filled. And so in my head, he kind of put the mentality of, you're going to be tough, you're going to be hard, you're going to go all out at all times. Ain't no half-stepping in this because you put in a half-ass effort, you can get half-ass results. And so he kind of brainwashed me to where I just go 100% all the time after the play. After you do, even in practice, after the play, you run 20 yards after the play, then you run back to the all that little stuff, that basic stuff that kind of got lost. In a lot of people's ways, as far as that kind of, he laid a good solid foundation as far as offense was considered. And then when it comes to defense, he had me out with the safety. And so he had that mentality of like, well, everybody got on the same equipment, but it's all about how you use it. You can use it as a weapon, or you can use it as protection. Offense use it as protection. Defense use it as a weapon. I use it as a weapon all day, every day. So you get that mindset to where if you're playing football, if I come down, I hit you, and you happen to die, I'm covered. I'm clear. You pretty much signed a waiver once you put them pads on. But that's just the crucial way of thinking if you're going to think about it like that. But that's just that little bred of mentality. So from there, not really being coached up as far as basic fundamentals of the game, just kind of just letting me go off and do my own thing and have just go off my talent. So just put the ball in my hand and just let it go and see what it do. And I was blessed enough to be able to make things happen. And then that kind of transitioned over to high school, and it was what happened was I stayed in Beaumont. And so I went to Westbrook, which was kind of like a mixed but pretty much predominantly white school, but it was a big school.
Right.
Then they had Ozane and Central.
Right.
And that's where pretty much Ozane and Central was the one, like, pretty much, it's predominantly all black, Mexican, and whatnot. So everybody wanted to go to those schools because, that's where everybody friends with, that's where everybody was going. But in my perspective, I looked at it like, well, that's where if I'm going there where everybody is, that's me being a follower, and I can't come into make my own thing happen. So if I go to Brook, I think it's a pretty good opportunity that I can become, you know what I'm saying, my own man, do my own thing, opposed to trying to follow up and just be with my friends and whatnot. And I seen the perspective of how things was going as far as the school. They didn't really take school, I felt, too serious. It was more or less about sports, females, and all this other kind of stuff. The stuff that's irrelevant and just not worth doing anything like that. But prior to sports and all that, I said I was a good student, smart, good kid, all this, that, and the other. But when sports kind of came into the picture, that kind of sat up, took a back seat. So growing up, I grew up in the country in Palestine, and then you staying in the country, don't nobody really pretty much care about what you got on, what you got, this, that, and the other. So it's the perspective from living in the country, living in the city is totally different. You move to that city, everybody worry about, oh, you got some Payless shoes on, you got some Walmart shoes on, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no polo. So coming in, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't bullied, but it was, as far as in the physical aspect, but emotionally, physically, I mean, verbally, it was kind of like that. And so I kind of had to prove myself moving to somewhere new, moving into that city. And, you know, I did a good thing. God bless me with being athletic. That made it easier. But, you know what I'm saying, that school and education kind of took a backseat as you get older and you start getting a little more interested in the other things and want to build yourself and trying to come into your own as far as who you are and what kind of person you're going to be. So, let's say, went to high school, got to Westbrook. I remember the freshman year, I kind of came in and just like, okay, I'm going to just go my all and I made this commitment to come here and do my own thing and leave all my friends and not follow them and let them go somewhere else and come here and do my own thing. And I went there and I did that. I made that happen. And so I guess that's really where it all started. So whatever you want to know from that perspective there, as far as what happened in high school or what I experienced, I could go on and on all day about all that. So as far as particulars, what you want to know?
Well, you know, like I said, we did our little research, man. I did my research. You was the starter team, man. So basically, I just won't go back to that double overtime game you had against Ozan?
Oh yeah, Ozan.
Yeah, man. Just give us that whole game, man, and you know, because you told a story earlier. I like that, man. I think you need to share that with other people too, man.
Well, that whole game is, like I say, is a close game. I know I had an injury that game, but leading up to it, prior to that whole mindset, as far as that game, we won in double overtime. Everybody gets tired when it comes towards the end of the game. I get better as the game goes on.
All right.
So, and that comes from, you know what I'm saying, the hard work that you put in prior to the game. So we go through our practices, we do our thing after practice. I'll still go find something else and do. So even though I was with everybody in the team doing our stuff together as an individual, I did my own. I took the time and effort to go out when nobody else was around. I would love to go to the track or to the field or to the weight room and nobody be there because it's just me. I ain't letting nobody influence me. I'm not wasting time conversating about unnecessary things. I'm in here putting this work in and getting me better. And so, like I said, you can be your worst enemy. You can be your worst critic. You can be all that, but you can also be the best motivator. You can be your own best motivator. You can be your own best person that has put that drive in you that's already been instilled with what other people are saying. But the thing about it is, people only want to be around when everything is good. When everything starts going a different direction, they be the first ones to kick you down. So,
true.
Like I say, I guess that's what I took from being young, coming in, from moving to the country to the city, was like, you ain't had nobody, no friend like that. So I was on both sides of the fence, pretty much. I experienced both sides throughout my life. So at one point you be the school kid, and the other side you can be the jock. Right. So when you went out as a school kid, you know what I'm saying, all the so-called popular kids, jocks, they really didn't fool with you. They really didn't do nothing to encourage the positive, nobody else to kind of come out their shell or do anything, you know what I'm saying, to show their personality. And so me, more or less, I would more or less draw myself to them and kind of use whatever little bit of guess you say publicity or fame or whatever status that I got
Mm-hmm.
to bring other people out of their shell and being more attractive to them. So whoever was like the popular kids that or whatever, that really wasn't my crowd because of the fact I know how they were, their personality. So you might have them kids walking around, the kid dropping his books in the hallway, somebody bumping into his kid and he dropping his books instead of opposed everybody else laughing and whatnot. Since I'm supposedly up this status where I'm up here on the totem pole up here,
Mm-hmm.
I would be the first one to help that kid pick his books up and, you know what I'm saying, maybe confront everybody else like, why y'all laughing opposed to helping this man.
But see, you know, a lot of people, you doing the opposite because a lot of people don't do that.
A lot of people,
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we seen TV, we see the stories that Jock be the one that pushed that kid, pushed the nerd or whoever you want to call it, push him down.
Mm-hmm.
So what you doing the opposite, man, like, that says a lot about your character, man.
I never want to be that one to push somebody over the edge. Never want to be one to push somebody over the edge because like I said, growing up, life wasn't really on the person, you know, life really wasn't all too sweet as far as the whole family situation. So
Yeah, man, I know, you know, you talked about, you know, your family issues and stuff like that. Like, we know a little about your sister. She was a great athlete as well.
yeah.
So, and talk about your brother, man. Talk about, you know, being around people like that in your circle. Like, what type of influences being around them had on you, you know, growing up.
Okay, well, growing up, I got a lot of half brothers and sisters, so I guess Papa was a Rolling Stone. So I had a lot of half brothers and sisters, but I can say one thing: we all was athletic, in our own sense, we all were competitive, and so maybe at one point in time when you got to the country, be like 10 of us in one house.
Mm-hmm.
We sitting there playing games like who can run up the hill backwards fastest, or who can carry who on their back up the hill fastest, who can do the most push-ups or sit-ups, who can do all these type of things. Or we have games where you know what I'm saying, lay on your back, shoulder, and you can put your legs up and have somebody sit on your feet, and you see how many times you can push them or how far you can push them across the room.
Mm-hmm.
We playing games like this, not knowing that, you know what I'm saying, we really building ourselves up.
Right.
And so, like my family is very competitive. And what was my biggest thing of influence? I guess they say I had a brother who he get the man to do could jump out the gym, the fastest guy. Like I aspired to be so much like him, and I was so competitive with him. So when we was younger, we was there, and when we moved away, and I finally came back, I was about 16 or so.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back and we go hoop and we playing and whatnot, and then we go to YMCA. And I'm throwing balls off the wall and catching them and dumping. I'm doing 360s. I'm doing all this, that, and the other. And they hearing about me playing ball. And they, you know what I'm saying, I let them see my film or whatnot. And he, you know what I'm saying, tearing up, he proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that was it for me. That was great. I was feeling like, you know what I'm saying, all the hard work, you know what I'm saying, paying off just the acknowledgement. Not from other people, not from so-called friends, not from females, that and the other, but from the people that inspired me to actually go that extra mile and do that. And so, you know what I'm saying, that translated as far to the football field. And the thing, I guess they can, I guess they say whatever can build you up and also make you fall. So, I say it's crazy. The story, like I say, it's so many stories, there's so many trials, there's so many tribulations, but at the end of the day, everything I've been through, I allow that to be my testimony, and maybe I can pass along to somebody else and maybe help them. But I say, with all that going on, it gets in you and it manifests itself, and you lose sense of control of what you got going on within yourself. So you're no longer humble, but you become more or less something that you despise or what you don't like because of what's all that's coming around you. So it's kind of hard when you think about it like that to try to stay humble when everybody on your job, everybody telling you, hey man, you're going to the league from Jump Street, from 9th grade, from the day you touch the field, from like 8th grade, 7th grade up.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't never played ball in the Little League, but people all in your face saying, yeah, I mean, this is what you're doing, yeah, you're on your way. Of course they're going to want to jump on that bandwagon. They're going to want to see what they can get out of you. They're going to see what kind of money they can have. They want to just be able to say your name and argue other people that they know something about you. They know this, that, whether it's the truth, whether it's a lie, you know, it really doesn't even matter. Just the fact that they know something about you or they